Red is the experienced, skillful rider. He's good in the wet, he's good in any conditions, he always gives 100%. He's going to be hard to beat today.
In a 10-race season, though, he's had two really tough times. One at Sugo when he finished P14, one at Sepang P15 and a P12. Providing us information, all riders are using rain tyres. That means Critchapon on pole for Honda Racing Thailand alongside
teammate Kanatat Jamin.
And then on the fifth row, Ramdan Rosley in the 600s. He's had a tough time so far. Ramdan from 1XOX TKR Racing Team. Kritipad from Yamaha High Speed, and Fairozi, who I like very much, but he's on a bigger bike and learning throughout the season.
Kito Abe starting from row 6.
Look for if he gets a victory, then the whole season changes. Oh, Chip Nakarin.
Great stuff.
Because Helmi's bright number 32 is shining through the spray, happily positioned in P7 or P8 as they come into the hairpin.
That's Irfan, who has a ride-through penalty to do, who led on the way up to turn 3, but that's Critchapon, who's gone past him. Ratapong behind him. Andy Farid behind him, wiping away his visor. You can see how much spray these wet weather tyres on these bigger engine bikes kick up. It's really difficult to see. Hence the lights on.
They scream into the left-hand sequence. 35 Critchapon has just been eased into P2 at the moment. Ratapong Willarot in the easy to distinguish blue. He's being trailed there by Andy Farid Izdaha. Andy Farid is the man who has got the most chance of taking the title. Theoretically, Chip Nakarin has as well, but he would need both Andy Farid and Helmi Asman to have a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, Ratapong being dropped at the moment. Chip Nakarin's in front of him. Andy Farid's in front of him now as well.
Wet conditions, although they are drying, but everybody is on wet weather tyres. As Ratapong Willarot, the local, in P5 at the moment, but the man leading the way is, well, Irfan Ardianse. It's all a little bit academic, though, because he's got a ride-through penalty that'll scupper any chances he's got of winning. He looks back, and he says to Andy Farid, "Are you with me, fella? I'm setting a pace for you here. You've got to stick alongside me."
Yeah, but the one trying to keep up with him is Critchapon Kausonti, the newcomer to this class this year, and his teammate, Chip Nakarin, just behind him. So that's not quite going to plan, but good work by Irfan.
Honda Racing Thailand looking pretty good. Although they're in the red, they've got the black numbering, or the black fronts with the white numbering. Andy Farid just behind him, and Ratapong is struggling just to keep up, as going very wide there was Chip Nakarin. Gets a drive out. But this is very, very good from Irfan Ardianse. It's all a bit academic, though, for Irfan.
Yeah, I think he is there as the early pace setter for Andy Farid. Andy's moved up and he twitches there as they exit turn 4, but keeps it. Didn't think he lost any time there.
We need to think now, though, about Helmi Asman. 1, 2, 3, 4 go through. Helmi Asman, I can tell, 4th win of the season.
Just as an observation, Des, when Andy Farid has had bad finishes or thrown it down the road, which he has a couple of times, it's been in race 2.
He has. Is that a prediction?
No, but it's something he pointed out to me in the Thursday press conference. So thank you, Andy Farid.
Well, he'll be hoping that that is not the case here.
I sincerely hope he doesn't have any misfortune today.
Indeed, that's struck him on 2 occasions so far this season. Race 2, a P14 and a P15. But here, he is in P1. All he can do is win. His last lap, a 1:49.4. He's regularly inside 1:49.5. Look at Helmi Asman, 1:50.8. He's a second plus a lap quicker than Helmi Asman. Helmi in bike 32 in 7th, championship leader. His title is hanging by a thread, you know.
Yeah, and Ratapong moves ahead of Chap. There's just less than 2 laps to go now.
Oh, this is bubbling up beautifully. Ratapong Willarot, he has the fate of the championship in his hands. If he can catch Andy Farid, Helmi's the champion. If he can't, Andy Farid is the champion. That is the equation as we come into the final 8 kilometers of Buriram.
And it was Ratapong who was fastest through sector 1. Now they're in sector 2.
A good 3/10 faster. And look, he's closed right up here. But this is where Andy Farid just seems to have it. And getting onto the back wheel is one thing, overtaking a completely different ball game if you are Ratapong Willerot.
And if it is going to happen, it probably is going to be last time around, Des, at the last turn.
Oh my word, it is building up, it is bubbling, bubbling, bubbling. Helmi Asman, P5.
Another great sector 2 for Ratapong.
Each time he's taken 2 or 3 tenths off Andy Farid Izdar, and he takes the tighter line. Now he's possibly got a slipstream going into the final lap as they come into corner number 12 for the penultimate time. Andy Farid Izdar late on the brakes. Ratapong Willerot, the local with the inside knowledge, he is right on his tail. We have got a shootout for the title into the last lap of the Supersport 600cc.
Fastest lap of the race by about half a second for Ratapong that time around as they get into this final lap on the run up to turn 3, the long run up to turn 3. Ratapong will have a look as they come up here.
Ratapong Willerot takes the lead, and with that the title possibly changes hands. Has he gone too early? Therein lies the question. Round the hairpin, Andy Farid tries the switchback, tries to go on the inside. Ratapong holds on. Hold on to your hats.
You can't overestimate what a difficult move that was by Ratapong to come through in those wet conditions and get ahead of Andy Farid and hold it. Now they go into this fast, furious turn 4.
Ratapong has the lead. Andy Farid needs to get into the lead. The title depends on these last couple of corners. They come into the left-handers, then the right-handers, and he's got to make his move, Barry.
He's got to make his move. It's difficult just in this section to do it. It is going to come down to turn 12, Des.
Ratapong Willerot on the Yamaha. A last lap lead from Andy Farid. Has he taken the title away from the Indonesian, or has Andy Farid got something left in the tank? The right-hander, then the left-hander, and then we will come down to the final thrilling stages. Andy Farid prepares to get in position. This is it. This is the title on the line. Andy Farid on the inside. Farid into the lead. Is it the title? Ratapong goes narrow. Andy Farid has got the title on the final corner of the final lap of the season. Andy Farid takes it in sensational style, because Helmi Asman is in P5, and Helmi Asman will be level on points with Andy Farid, but will lose on the countback.
11 seconds, 12 seconds back on the winner. It was not good enough for Helmi Asman on the day where it mattered most. Heartbreak in the Bunsu Honda team. What a breathless, and it's hard enough for us, but imagine being in that team. There is Andy Farid. What is he feeling right now? Can he believe it?
How cool, how brave to leave his braking so late going into the final corner.
Nothing more Ratapong could have done there. He tried everything. He nearly lost it in his efforts, but Andy Farid stayed clean. He got the drive out of turn 12, and there it is in lights once again for the Supersport 600 champion, Andy Farid Izdihar.
On a wins countback. For the third time today, we've given you a title